All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Just JP. I'm Justin, and today I am listening to The New Order with the song All Day Long. This is a recommendation by Rosenfield. Rosenfield, I seriously appreciate you watching, commenting. Obviously, I've always said along with everyone else, but seriously, shout out to you for always following the channel here and on JPMP, which I also invite you guys to check out if you haven't already. New Order is an English rock band formed in 1980 after the suicide of the lead singer of Joy Division, Ian Curtis. Now, on JPMP, we had listened to Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart. That song honestly did not impress me. I'm not denying the history of it. I'm not denying the effect it's had in musical history along with personal lives. It has nothing to do with that. We always rate it based on if we would listen to it honestly again, and personally, I just wouldn't listen to that song again. In regards to New Order, a lot of you and Rosenfield yourself, you had said that this song is a great representation of... Sorry, my phone just rang, and it was actually Manny. You had said that this song is a great representation of New Order as a whole, because they have apparently gone through a lot of different stylistic changes, and I don't want to say genre changes because I don't know, but a lot of different sounds, and so it's hard to pinpoint a particular area to give myself, and of course anyone else that's new to them, a perfect idea of who they are as a band. So I'm very curious to hear, after Joy Division, where did their sound go? Where did they go from there? What changed? What stayed the same? What did they take from Joy Division? Did they take sounds and ideas from Joy Division over to New Order and evolve upon them, keep them the same? I mean, I want to hear your guys' opinions because I don't know. I'm literally doing this out of ignorance. But I want to know more about them and that side of the history. Of course, please join me on Twitter. Please join me in the comments down below. If I don't respond to you, it's just because I didn't really have anything interesting to say, because usually you guys have like paragraphs and mountains of just words and history and knowledge that I don't have. So sometimes I can't always relate, but I enjoy talking to you regardless. So please join me down there for discussion. If you haven't heard the song just as I haven't, please let me know what you think of the song. And I need to pull it up here. Let's get into it. This is New Order with All Day Long. This song has me so mixed, to be 100% honest with you guys. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. Don't press dislike right away. Give me a chance, give me a second. It's synth pop. As I've mentioned before with other videos and other bands, I'm going to enjoy this sound as a whole. No doubt. I'm always going to like the drum beats, the atmosphere, the tones that they bring in. And I like, with New Order, with All Day Long, my favorite part of the song is when I could hear more of the guitar. So, for example, when it went into the longer instrumental outro and the ending, this part I didn't really enjoy as much with the keyboards and the synths, right? Here it wasn't really doing anything for me, to be honest with you. But, that's good. This I like. Using the guitar in this typical synth beats, I like that a lot. And that is honestly my favorite part of the song. The more of the guitar that I heard, the more I enjoyed. And I think I've mentioned this before, that in this realm of bands with Joy Division, now New Order, The Cure, so far The Cure has absolutely taken my spot, my number one spot. I love what they do so far of what I've heard. With not Joy Division, with New Order, I like them more than from what I've heard of Joy Division, and I've only heard one song, so that's granted. I do like it because I like that there's a lot going on that to me it captures your attention. It's very interesting. I like the vocals a lot because they match so well with the song. I'm always going to enjoy those slightly ambient, echoey, moody kind of vocals that just kind of float on the song, kind of like a fog. That's honestly the kind of like imagery that I get from the vocals and the overall tone and mood of the song. It's like this fog just kind of going by. And I like that a lot. That's honestly my favorite part of the song. It's just the entire atmosphere. I also really like the lyrics. I think one thing that I've heard from a lot of these 80s synth pop bands like The Cure and like New Order and like Joy Division is they are really good lyricists and songwriters. Their lyrics are so well written, so personal, so emotional, and I like that. And it works very well with the music because the drums and the synths are often pretty upbeat and pretty positive. The other instruments can kind of float in between dark and light, and the vocals are usually light and airy, but still like a fog. They're kind of very moody. And I think that the lyrics that I've read and heard in a lot of these songs work so well with that atmosphere, with that melding. This is a song about an innocent who died at the hands of a desperate man. He trusted those who he thought he knew. He trusted those he looked up to. I think that's very deep, and I don't mean to say deep like in such a simple word, and I'm not going to say profound. I just think it's very well written how personal it is, and how somber and sobering it is. I'll never forget the joy in his face. He'd laugh and he'd cry and he'd ruin my place. He'd drive me crazy and he'd drive me wild. I used to scream and shout all day long. Now, I'm going to take a stab, and I could be completely wrong, but it sounds to me like this is kind of like an ode or a memoir to Ian, who had taken his life in Joy Division. And this song is kind of about that. I really like the lyric, I'll never forget the joy in his face. He'd laugh, he'd cry, and he'd ruin my place. He'd drive me crazy, he'd drive me wild. I used to scream and shout. Like, they were buddies and, but every once in a while they would get mad at each other and, just as best friends do sometimes. They would get angry with each other. When you're close to someone like that, you're going to love them, but sometimes you just want to, But in looking back, in retrospect, you miss it, especially if that friend isn't there anymore. Now, I could be totally off. This might not be about Ian at all, but that's just kind of what I take it as. And even still, it takes a personal problem. I think great lyrics do this. They take a personal problem, a personal suffering, something that means something to the individual artist or that collective of artists in the band, and they apply that to an overall worldview. Further down in the lyrics, it says, "Now I hope you know this song is about a child who now has gone, and other children like him too, abused and used by what adults do." So it's taking that personal, smaller imagery and expanding it to a greater, bigger picture, if you will. So don't tell me about politics or all the problems of our economics. When you can't look after what you can't own, you scream and shout all day long. So it's almost like don't talk about all these bigger issues. The big the big political things, the big economical things, the big things going in the world. Don't try to solve that before you can't even solve the smaller problems, depression, suicide, anxiety. Smaller things in a sense, but big issues, big individual issues that eventually and have built up into something greater. So that's what I mean. I'm kind of mixed with the song because I really enjoy it from the emotional, personal level. I think it's full of meaning, not only to New Order and the remaining members from Joy Division, but also obviously it means a lot to a lot of people. Musically, like I had said, I love the guitar in this. I really like the guitar in this. And just like other songs that we've done here on the channel with synth pop in the 80s and The Cure and everything, they work it so well together. But I personally would not listen to this song because I hate pitting bands against each other, because I don't like to do that, and there's always room in my heart, and I'm sure many of others, for many bands to exist. Of course, no doubt. It's just I'm gonna use The Cure because The Cure is so far they're up here. They make the same kind of music, but The Cure's music touches me more than New Order, this song particularly, or Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart particularly. Can't judge the whole band because I haven't heard all of their music, not even a great portion of it. But so far, from what I've heard of The Cure, they're just up there. That's just kind of where I'm at right now, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm never on this channel am I going to say like this is a bad song or this is a terrible song. I'm just here to honestly just kind of listen to stuff that I've never heard before and give you my ideas of if I would listen to it or not, and if I enjoyed it or not. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to lie to you. I know that this band and Joy Division means a lot to a lot of people, and I would never deny that. They're obviously talented. I just prefer The Cure because I don't know. I just like The Cure. This is just a good song. I would like to quickly say before the rain overpowers everything that I'm saying in this session, I did ask Rosenfield where Joy Division and did he prefer The Cure or New Order? Where did they kind of rank for him? He had said, and I'm quoting, "The Cure is my 5th all-time favorite band. New Order is my 7th all-time favorite band. I love them both very deeply." So, like I said, I am just more partial to The Cure. I like them. Now, it's funny because this album, it says it's from Brotherhood, 1986, for New Order. I would like to listen to the album as a whole, because even though this song didn't do much for me, I feel like I could sit down and listen and absorb and enjoy this album if it's relatively in the same kind of mood and pace of All Day Long. So, not discounting New Order, I would love to listen to more of them. And let me just say really quick, before I end this, one of the hardest things to do on this channel, because I do it all the time, and that's part of the reason I started this channel off of JPMP, I listen to music all the time. I literally explore music all the time. So for me to not be able to really listen to the whole album, even though I want to right now because I want to know where it goes from there, what was before it, what's Paradise, Weirdo, As It Is, When It Was. I want to listen to these songs because I want to get an idea of where this song fits in the album. But I gotta kind of not, because you guys might request those songs and I need to give you a fresh listen. And I wanted to give you a fresh listen. So let me just say that's one of the hardest things about doing this channel as someone who loves to absorb and listen to a lot of different music. Anyways, Rosenfield, all of you guys, I seriously appreciate you watching me. It doesn't matter if there's 50, 100, 1,000 subscribers. I do this because I enjoy it, but also because I enjoy conversating. I enjoy conversing and discussing music with you guys. I come from a place of ignorance when it comes to most of the music I do on this channel because I do stuff specifically that I don't know. but you guys have the knowledge, the history, the passion, and I like hearing that from you guys. So thank you so much for the comments, the history, the experiences when you see them live. All of it. Join me on Twitter, join me on JPMP, join me in the comments down below. I'm down there. If I don't have anything good to say, I might not respond, but I'll probably at least like the comment. Thank you so much for watching. Just JP. I'm out of breath now. I'm out of here.